Jay, what are you doing? What are you doing? Put the electronics away. Leave this to the professionals. Oh, heck no. No, guys, no. What I'm doing here is something that is an important upgrade for that little piece over there. Important in my opinion. Meow. Meow. Yeah. Next campsite we're going to has no electricity, no water. So we're going to be off battery. So I bought a solar kit, which I'll be showing you later in the video. But first, I want to install a pure sine wave inverter into that right there. And I'm going to kind of walk you through it, show you what I do so that anybody else wanting to install an inverter in there will know what to do. Maybe. We'll see. I haven't done it yet. I might fail horribly. Now, I guess I should be clear that this isn't going to be your traditional install of an inverter that ties the inverter into all the electronics in the system. No, 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 no. Not going through that kind of trouble. I am simply going to install an inverter and run it to one of these pop-up power towers. And I'm going to install this pop-up power tower behind the microwave here in this counter. As you can see, I've already got the microwave popped out to make sure I've got plenty of room back there for it and can access all the cables and stuff, and looks like I'm in good shape. So anyways, I have decided to, and this is the front of the trailer here, so the battery box is literally on the other side of this wall. I have decided I'm going to mount it against this here, not through this wood, that's too flimsy. I'm going to put a board there that ties into these. But yeah, some of you might be asking, well, why not this side? Well, if you've ever looked under this bench on this side where all this other stuff is, there ain't no room for it. So I have to put it in here. Now you're saying, Jay, there's no holes. Well, I'm gonna put one in there. So whoo, going off the deep end, Jay, getting brave. I'm gonna go right through the floor under to the battery box, and then I'm also gonna go through that same hole to run a line over to under there where I can plug in that power tower. So now that you know the plan, let's see if I can execute it. I kind of figured I should probably tell you a little bit about the inverter that I got. It's a 1200 watt pure sine wave inverter. Now you can get modified sine wave inverters and they're a little cheaper, but a pure sine wave is better for electronics. And I'm going to be doing a lot of things like battery charging and hooking up my phone, and I'd feel safer with a pure sine wave. But I'm just kind of getting everything pre-wired, getting everything mounted to the board, and you know, it doesn't, whatever you put in yours doesn't have to be 1200 watts. It can be less, it can be more. Just be aware that it's going to be taxing whatever battery you're using, and be aware of what appliances you're planning on using with it. I went a little bit higher because my wife likes to use a coffee maker, and they say coffee makers can be anywhere from 700 to 1200 watts. So I did that. If you're just doing things like charging your laptop or charging your phones, you can probably get away with like a 500 watt, you know, but it's up to you. I went with the 1200 watt and we're gonna make it work. So now that I've got everything pre-wired, it's time to do the scary part and start putting holes in my camper. But don't worry, I've got expanding multi-purpose foam sealant to plug those holes back up. So positive, negative, ground. That's all I need. Let's roll. Well guys, here's the part where I scare the shit out of myself. Pardon my French. But I looked underneath and it looks like it's basically home free all the way down. So here's hoping. Well, it helps if I put it in drill, not screw. Okay. So close. But it might still work. I did end up hitting a metal bar, but I think I'm gonna be okay. Okay, so now I've got a 10-foot heavy gauge extension cable that I'm going to be running from here. I'm gonna run that cable first. Well, at least get it out under there, and this will be what's connecting into the inverter. So we're just gonna set that aside. All right, it is in place. It is not the prettiest damn thing, but it doesn't have to be. It's hidden away under here for a reason. Everything's still accessible when I take the cushions off of this, and whenever I need to get into it, I can. Now, I'm not going to fill in anything yet. Now it's time to get under this beast and start running the wires where they need to go. I need to figure out where I'm going to put this ground. Obviously somewhere on the chassis, but well, we'll see how. I'll see if I can find where everything else is grounded. So I'm no electrician, but it sure looks like I've found the grounding bolt for all the that's already on. What was all that crap? Found the grounding bolt. Now I just need to figure out what kind of nut that is and get this bad boy grounded there too. Where is my ground wire? There it is. So, ooh, it's just barely gonna make it. Barely gonna make it, but it's gonna make it. And we are grounded. So here's where we're at. Got it running out there. I thought there might have been a place somewhere under here to bring the line up, but there's not, because under there is the damn wheel well. So what I did do is I popped up the bed here and came in from down there into the side all the way across, and now I have my power running back there. Now I have drilled a 2.5 inch hole right there, and that is where this guy's gonna go. Okay, so don't be a doofus like I was and try to cram that thing into the hole with this. This was all the way up at the top, and duh, what you're supposed to do is put this piece underneath and this piece through, and they tighten it up. So, pro tip, read the instructions first. Haha, I'm kidding. This thing didn't come with instructions. Instructions way too bougie these days. And final result. Ta-da! Like it. Alright, starting to wrap things up here. I ran these leads, which I will zip tie those later, but got my positive lead to there, negative lead to there. That's when you're chaining two batteries together, guys. That's normal. Oh, there we go. You gotta hold it down. Did not realize that. Alright, now we're gonna plug that in. Alright, here's the real test. Let's get the power of the Tower O power. I'm gonna plug this bad boy in, and oh my god, it's working. I never make anything work the first time I try. Wow, I'm impressed. And a quick dose of spray foam, and those wires are in place. Now we just hide it away. It wasn't bad. Now I got to show you the solar. I'll do that in the morning. So I actually forgot to install one of the more important features of this inverter, and that is that it has a remote. And I need to punch a hole through this very thin wood here. I'm thinking probably gonna put it like right here. Well, there it is. As you can see, I suck. But that's okay. Get a brown crayon and cover that up. A little scratch. Let's see if it fits. It fits. It's crooked too, but oh no, I can straighten it up. Yeah. All right. Done. Off. On. Beautiful. Yeah, gotta love my cable management there. Just stuff it out of sight, out of mind, you know. This has been a heck of a great project. Now it's time to move on to the solar. Alright, so now I'm going to tell you a little bit about the solar package that I got for this. Like I said, I'm taking the easy route, cheap route, and see if it kind of works out. I saw this online. It's a Dokio foldable solar panel, 300 watt, comes with a charge controller, which is necessary. You cannot just plug solar right into the batteries. You need a charge controller, kids. But I'll show you a little bit more about this. This was about $300, give or take. Sometimes I've seen them on sale for a little less, sometimes a little more. This is actually proving to be kind of a good solution. I'm getting good power for it as long as it's getting direct sunlight. So let me show you a little bit about how this works. So just Velcros, splits open like so. And total of 4 solar panels. Now, of course, you can lay it flat. You can lay it at an angle towards the sun. Mine's a little dirty. Don't mind that. Now, my camper has a little port back there. Don't know if you can see it. That it is pre-wired for solar from Go Power Solar. And they tell you don't use any other brand of solar panels but Go Power with this because it'll mess up. Well, they're lying to you. And they're doing it on purpose. What you have here is just a standard SA solar power input, except they have the polarity reversed. Positive is negative, negative is positive. So in essence, all you have to do is reverse the polarity on your cables in one place. And I chose to do it, well, right here. This is from the charge controller, the cable that came with it, and it had originally little clips for your battery. Well, I'm not going to open up my battery box every time I want to charge. I just want to plug in there. So I clipped off the clips and I got this little adapter here, and I just wired it. As you can see, it's backwards. I have the positive lead running to where normally negative would be, and the negative lead running to where positive would normally be. And then just plug that bad boy in there. Now here's the charge controller that goes with the solar panel that I bought. And this is the lead I just showed you running into the charge controller. As you can see, my batteries are now sitting at 13.5 volts. Now the solar panels connect here. It has their own proprietary things, but it connects to an SAE cable on the other side, and I got an extension cable for that. So we're not going to plug that in just yet. Has USB charge panels on the side too, so if you just want to charge directly off the solar panels, you can. But I'll show you how easy this is. Follow this cable, follow this cable. There's where the extension cable begins. Coming over here, there's the solar panel. And we're just gonna connect it up like so. And boom. You're gonna watch the controller change. Oh boy, we jumped up to 14.1 volts now that we've got the solar panels hooked in, and it's indicating that it is charging the battery, which is actually already charged. You can check, see what kind of amps you're pulling in. Right now it's pulling in 1.7 amps. I've seen it go as high as 4 in direct sunlight. And these are just other features, but you got control of everything here. And that's it. Now, obviously I don't want to leave this outside. It has these little mounting brackets, but I'm not going to do that. Whenever I'm charging, I'll probably just like put it up here or something. I don't know. I haven't figured that out yet. Obviously, I am not endorsed, and I did not get that solar panel for free. I have no idea if it's actually going to work really good or if it's just complete garbage, but I will keep you informed for sure. So now we're ready for that next leg of the adventure. We're heading to Kansas next. We're not going to have any water hookups, so we're going to be filling the water tank, and we're not going to have any electrical hookups. So we've got the solar and the inverter. We're spoiled. But anyways, hope this was helpful to kind of help you navigate around your A-frame or any other camper you got that says, you know, you ain't got an inverter or you ain't got the right solar hookups and stuff like that. Nah, there's ways around it. I do things ghetto style. That's how I do it. I could have the big fancy professional installation done and spend thousands of bucks, but I refuse. No way, buddy, I can do it myself. Anyways, guys, cheers. Hope to meet you guys out there on the road someday. Got a lot more trips planned, so it's gonna be busy. Anyways, cheers.